そもそも大使が下から出るので、大使が着席をして先に座ってていただき、大使が着席お願いしますみたいな感じで伝えて、大使で始まりますのでお座りくださいみたいなアナウンスを。そうですね、今大使が下から出る。
So we would like to start the ceremony within a few minutes. So please sit down to your chairs. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests, very good afternoon. We would like to start the commemoration ceremony of the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University. My name is Shinsuke Nagaoka. I'm Associate Professor of Kyoto University. I'll be in charge of the moderator of the ceremony. First of all, we would like to invite Professor Dr. Kayo Inaba for the welcome speech. She is the Executive Vice President of Kyoto University. So Professor Dr. Inaba, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Professor Dr. Cemalnur Sargut'un and His Excellency of Turkish Ambassador. Turkish Ambassador Mr. Ahmet Bülent Meriç, and distinguished Turkish guests, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kyoto University. On behalf of Kyoto University, I extended my warmest welcome to all of you. It is really a great honor for us to welcome as many as 50 distinguished guests from Turkey. As a Vice President and Director of International Affairs of Kyoto University, I'd like to show you a rough sketch of Kyoto University. Kyoto University was founded 1897, the second 7 imperial universities established in Japan. Since its foundation, Kyoto University academic style has been characterized by academic freedom, self-reliance, and dialogue. For over a century, the university has consistently produced world-class researchers in a wide spectrum of the field, and has been acknowledged as the most accomplished research-oriented university in Asia. The validity of that reputation is testified by the accolades conferred on our alumni and researchers, most notably 9 Nobel Prize laureates. In addition to those awards, several other key faculty members have received respected accolades, including 2 Fields medalists and 1 recipient of Gauss Prize. At present, Kyoto University has 10 faculties and 18 graduate schools and 14 research institutes and 18 research centers. We have approximately 9,200 graduate students and 1,600 undergraduate students, 2,800 faculty members, and 2,600 administrative non-research staff members. Until now, I emphasize the researches of national science at Kyoto University, but Kyoto University has promoted area studies as well. Area studies of Kyoto University has a very unique characteristic. It is a combination of science. It is not only between humanities and social science, but it is a combination of humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. I heard that Üsküdar University of Istanbul, which is strongly supported by Kerim Foundation, also tried to combine the humanities and natural sciences. So I believe we will construct a stronger partnership with each other. Here, please let me explain the rough history of Area Studies Institute of Kyoto University. First, the Center for Southeastern Studies was established in 1965. The center has carried out its activities using a comprehensive approach to investigate the contemporary and historical dimensions of problems confronting present-day Southeast Asia. Proceeding from these guiding principles, the center's current research methodology can be described as an integrated area studies approach based on informed knowledge from the field and aiming to create new perspectives on this dynamic region of Asia. Second, the Center of African Studies was established in 1986. The traditional research activities of the center has generally been ecologically oriented. Earlier studies were devoted to clarifying evolutionary history of humanities through the ecological studies of great apes and anthropological studies of hunter-gatherers. Research has later expanded to those fields such as economic activities, coexistence of multi-ethnic societies, and socio-cultural change in Africa. The Graduate School of Asian and African Area Studies was established in 1998 based on these two present area studies institutions. Based on the 5-year doctoral program, the school emphasized in its curriculum long-term fieldwork and historic understanding of Asian and African ecology, society, and culture, and their interactions between which has shaped what Asia and Africa is today. Other than the training specialist of Asian and African area studies, the school also hoped to produce personnel capable of working in international aid organizations. Most recently, the Center for Integrated Area Studies was established in 2006. The center has developed and promoted unique area studies by closely using integrated area research and area informatics, achieving remarkable results. Examples include Tsunami Mobile Museums, which is application of the database builder in disaster management research, and Grid City, which is a multimedia scholarly book that linked text with related images in a database. Kyoto University has also participated in the National Network of Area Studies, which is promoted by National Institute for Humanities, NIHU. Since 2006, Kyoto University has played a part of NIHU program, Islamic Area Studies. Islamic Area Studies aims to further understanding of contemporary Islam through interdisciplinary research and through the investigation of relationship between Islam and characteristics of various geographic areas. Specifically, joint research will be conducted by a network of research centers consisting of Waseda University, the University of Tokyo, Sophia University, the Toyo Bunko Oriental Library, as well as Kyoto University. Kyoto University established a Center for Islamic Area Studies called KIAS, K-I-A-S, in order to facilitate the program. The center picked up Sufi studies as one of the main research themes, and it is now acknowledged as one of the research hubs of Sufi studies in Japan. I am convinced that the Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies will proceed further with Sufi studies at Kyoto University and lead Kyoto University to the World Center of Sufi Studies. Kyoto University is eager to cooperate with the Research Institute of the Islamic and Middle Eastern world. At the moment, we have conducted Memory of Understanding as few as 4th Institute in the Middle East. I do hope the opening of this new Kenan Rifai Center for the Sufi Studies will be the first but strong step for our continuous collaborations. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Inaba. So the next, we'd like to invite His Excellency Ambassador of Turkey in Japan, Ahmet Bülent Meriç, for his greeting speech.
Minasama konnichiwa, Taishi Meriç と申します。よろしければ私のスピーチを始めは日本語でさせていただきます。
Değerli konuklar, iyi günler diliyorum. Bendeniz Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Tokyo Büyükelçisi Bülent Meriç. Müsaadelerinizle konuşmamın ilk kısmını Japonca yapmak istiyorum.
Inaba Kyoto Daigaku Fuku Gakucho. Turko kara omiei no minasama, Kyoto Daigoku no sensei no minasama, goraijo no minasama. Konnichiwa.
Kyoto Üniversitesi Rektör Yardımcısı Sayın Inaba, Türkiye'den gelen kıymetli misafirler, Kyoto Üniversitesi'nin değerli öğretim görevlileri, sayın konuklar, merhaba.
Kyou wa kono yona subarashii kikai ni minasama to Kyoto Daigaku de oai dekite tottemo urashiku omoimasu.
Bugün böyle güzel bir vesileyle sizlerle Kyoto Üniversitesi'nde bir araya gelmekten büyük mutluluk duyuyorum.
Gozonji no tori, Turko to Nihon no kankei wa taihen yoi suijin ni arimasu. Rekishiteki fukami o motsu, ryokoku no kankei o 様々な側面においてさらに促進する努力をしています。
Bildiğiniz üzere Türkiye ile Japonya arasındaki ilişkiler mükemmel seviyededir. Tarihi derinliğe sahip dostluğumuzu her veçesiyle daha da geliştirmek yönünde gayret sarf ediyoruz.
さて、トルコと日本とはそれぞれ大変古い歴史と深い文化伝統を誇る両国です。そして文化交力が国と国の関係と国民同士の交流を充実させる重要な側面です。トルコと日本の国民の間に強い友情の絆があります。この絆のもとには文化的な類似点があると思います。
Türkiye ve Japonya fevkalade köklü tarihlere ve derin medeniyet ve geleneğe sahip iki ülkedir. Kültürel etkileşim, ülkeler ve milletler arasındaki dostluğu anlamlandıran önemli bir boyuttur. Türk ve Japon halkı arasındaki güçlü dostluk bağları bulunmaktadır. Bu dostluk bağlarının temelinde kültürel benzerliklerimizin bulunduğuna inanıyorum.
皆様ではここからはトルコ語にさせていただきます。
Müsaadelerinizle konuşmamın bundan sonraki bölümüne Türkçe devam etmek istiyorum.
Değerli hocalar, değerli misafirler, Türkiye ve Japonya din açısından da değişik inançlara sahip olmalarına rağmen kendi ülkelerinde dinsel hoşgörüyü yaratabilmiş iki millettir.
Sensei no minasama, goraijo no minasama. トルコと日本とは互いに違う宗教に属するものではありますが、それぞれ宗教的に寛容さを重んじる文化を育んできた両国です。そしてトルコにおける宗教に関する寛容さの感性におけるスーフィズムの役割が非常に大きいものです。
İslam'da Sufizmin beşiği denilince Anadolu'nun akla gelmesi gerekiyor.
イスラムにおけるスーフィズムの源になりましたのがアナトリアの方になりました。
Türkiye'de dinsel hoşgörünün oluşmasında da Sufizmin çok büyük rolü olmuştur.
したがってトルコにおける宗教的な寛容さの源になったのもこのスーフィズムであります。
13. yüzyılda yaşamış olan Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi gel ne olursan yine gel deyişiyle özetleyebileceğimiz maneviyat, Türkiye'de herkesin kalbine nakşetmiştir.
13世紀のメブラのジェラレッティン・ルーミの教えそのものの現れともいえる来たれ来たれ誰であろうと来たれ来たれがよいの句はトルコ人なら誰しもが心に刻んだ歌でありましょう。
Zaten Türkiye'deki Sufizm sayesinde Türkiye bugün İslam'ın gerçek anlamını, İslam'ın güzel yüzünü temsil etmektedir.
やはりスーフィズムの思想が根幹にあったからこそトルコには今もイスラムの真の思想が現れる国になれトルコが真の思想が現れる国になれ文明の架け橋になり得たわけです。
Türkiye sadece coğrafi açıdan değil, medeniyetler arasında da bir köprü rolü oynamaktadır.
トルコは地理的のみならず文明と文明をつなぐ架け橋になっております。
Türkiye'deki Sufizmi, Japonya'da Kyoto Üniversitesi gibi önde gelen bir üniversitede yaşatacak bir merkezin kurulmuş olması, kanaatimce Japon düşünce dünyasına büyük bir zenginlik kazandıracaktır.
本日ここ京都大学に開設されるこのセンターをもってトルコのスーフィズムが日本にも伝わるこの研究センターの設立で日本の思想哲学の世界をより豊かにすることだと確信しております。
Bugün açılışını yapacağımız Kenan Rifai Tasavvuf Araştırmaları Merkezi'nin başarılı çalışmalara kaynaklık edeceğinden eminim.
本日ここで開催されるこのケナン・リファイ・スーフィズム研究センターが素晴らしい研究成果を上げる研究拠点になることを期待しております。
Biz Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Büyükelçiliği olarak bu merkezin çalışmalarına elimizden gelen yardımı göstereceğiz.
私たちは駐日トルコ共和国大使館一同を挙げましてこの研究センターの成果に協力をさせてまいりたいと思います。
Bu merkezin kurulmasında emeği geçen, bu girişimi destekleyen herkese teşekkürlerimi sunuyor. Sizleri saygıyla, sevgiyle selamlıyorum.
このセンターの設立を発案された方々、そして設立の実現にご尽力くださった多くの方々に感謝の意を表し、私の挨拶とさせていただきます。
Çok teşekkürler.
Thank you very much for your distinguished speech. So now we would like to move to the keynote speech session. Before her speech by Professor Dr. Cemalnur Sargut, we would like to show a short introduction of Kerim Foundation.
The Kerim Foundation was founded in 2013 with the leadership of Cemalnur Sargut with the purpose of understanding and presenting the Islamic lifestyle of Tasavvuf, an approach that well sees the religious, linguistic, ethnic, and cultural differences among people. The foundation, with the understanding of service to humanity being service to God, aims to serve all of society through its activities in the areas of education, health, and culture. Kerim Foundation was born out of the Ankara-based Turkish Women's Cultural Association, TÜRKKAD. TÜRKKAD was established in 1966 by a prominent Sufi author, Ms. Samiha Ayverdi, an exceptional person from our cultural and literary history. Currently directed by Ms. Emine Bağlı, this rooted institution has hosted countless cultural works over 50 years. Since 2005, the association has also been presenting the international DOST Service to Islam Awards. The Kerim Foundation, with the union of forces between Ms. Cemalnur Sargut and Üsküdar University's founding chancellor, Professor Dr. Nevzat Tarhan, established the Institute of Sufi Studies within the structure of Üsküdar University in July 2014. The cures to the illnesses lying at the heart of modern society are to be found in this area. The enrichment of the language of politics will also come from here. Holding quarrels and conversations about conflict areas in a more level-headed manner will be made possible through the rich communication opportunities that will be taken from the depth of this area. The Institute will also develop joint graduate study programs within the framework of the international academic partnerships developed by TÜRKKAD and the Kerim Foundation in the field of Tasavvuf. These collaborations will occur with the Kenan Rifai Islamic Studies Distinguished Professorship at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and Islamic Studies Chair of Peking University, both initiatives developed by Ms. Cemalnur Sargut. In 2009, the Kenan Rifai Islamic Studies Chair was established at the Department of Religious Studies of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill by TÜRKKAD. Dr. Juliana Hammer was appointed as the Kenan Rifai Distinguished Professor. She has also been serving as the co-chair for the study of Islam of the American Academy of Religion. The Kenan Rifai Chair of UNC Chapel Hill has become known throughout the US due especially to the academic work it has been doing in the area of Islamophobia. In November 2011, TÜRKKAD established the second Kenan Rifai Islamic Studies Chair at Peking University. The first distinguished professors of the chair are the world-renowned Professor William Chittick and Professor Sachiko Murata. The Institute Director, Professor Du Weiming, served for 34 years at Harvard University and later founded the Institute of Advanced Humanistic Studies at Peking University after accepting the invitation of the Chinese government. Du Weiming says the following about the Kenan Rifai Islamic Studies Chair within the body of the Institute.
All these efforts put together significantly transform the cultural, especially the ethical religious ethos of the Peking University community. So the contribution is not simply their ability to offer courses, but their ability to raise fundamental ethical religious questions from Islamic perspectives for China's current self-reflection and self-understanding. So my sense is that the courses offer a profound impact on the academic and the spiritual landscape of the university.
In April 2015, a symposium titled Islam and Chinese Civilization was held at Peking University with the collaboration of TÜRKKAD's Istanbul branch, the Kerim Foundation, and Peking University Institute of Advanced Humanistic Studies. Professor William Chittick explains the chair at Peking University in the following manner.
Without knowledge of the manner in which these Muslim sages and thinkers expressed this unitary anthropocosmic vision, and how they understood it as the very vision of the Quran, it is impossible to see that the line of transmission of Islamic thought from Al-Ghazali down to Wang Dayu, Liu Qi, and other Muslim Confucians is unbroken. If Chinese Muslims today cannot grasp that the principles and most of the details of their ancestors' thought are drawn directly from sophisticated expressions of the Islamic vision written by great Muslim scholars, they will imagine that they must reject their own intellectual heritage. They will try to reinvent the Islamic vision on the basis of learning imported from the West and from the various politicized forms of Islam that dominate so much of contemporary discourse in the Middle East. It is the task of the Kenan Rifai chair in China to remind Chinese Muslims of the rich resources for understanding the human situation that are already present in their own language.
The names of these endowed chairs come from Kenan Rifai, one of the most important Sufis of the 20th century, who stated that Tasawwuf will one day be taught at academies. Kenan Rifai was born in Thessaloniki in 1867. His father Abdul Halim was the son of Haji Hasan Bey of the Filiba dynasty, and his mother was Hatice Cenan Hanım. His first murshid teacher is his mother Hatice Cenan Hanım. Upon graduating from Galatasaray and entering law school, Kenan Rifai served in myriad locations throughout the Ottoman geography after finishing his Western-style education, both as teacher and as administrator. During his appointment as the principal of the senior high school in Medina, he also served the Master of Masters, Sheikh al-Meshaikh, the offspring of Sayyid Ahmed al-Rifai, Sayyid Hamza al-Rifai, after receiving a spiritual command and remained there for 4 years. After returning to Istanbul, he began his spiritual guidance, Irshad, in the neighborhood of Hırka el-Şerif in 1908. While continuing working as a teacher, he gathered people from many different backgrounds around him in Istanbul. Professor Omid Safi speaks of Kenan Rifai in the following manner.
Tasavvuf had been woven into the very fabric of Ottoman society at every scholarly, mystical, popular, and political level. If Tasavvuf were to survive in the Republican period, it would have to find new roots in this new soil. So he undertakes the decision that in retrospect has proven to be powerful and visionary. He makes the decision to shift the focus of Sufi life from the traditional dargah to the university. The academy will open the way, he says. We see the continuation of this practice under Cemalnur's leadership. TÜRKKAD has been extraordinarily active in the promotion of scholarship on Sufism, whether in establishing the professorship at UNC, filled by Juliana Hammer, to the chair at Beijing University. These conferences begin to bring together distinguished Turkish scholars and international scholars and continue Kenan Rifai's mission of bringing the Sufi tradition from the dargah to the academy. In short, the life of Kenan Rifai, whose dargah was the last dargah to be built in Istanbul in 1908, traces the life of a dervish, one foot remaining firmly planted in the richness of the ancient path of overflowing divine love. The other foot whirling around the world, keeping up with this rapidly changing universe that we find ourselves in. The skill and grace with which Kenan Rifai carried out this dance has made him one of the most relevant Sufi masters of the 20th century. And now, with Cemalnur Hoca, this legacy spills over to the 21st. May this legacy continue to shed a beautiful light onto the places in this world that are most in need of this teaching.
Until his passing on July 7, 1950, Kenan Rifai lived the beautiful conduct of the Prophet Muhammad regarding everyone and everything as truth. He invited those around him to the oneness and peace of this heaven of unity. He could speak French, German, Arabic, Persian, Greek, and Circassian. He began studying English at the age of 80. A poet and master composer, Kenan Rifai also played the reed flute, violin, and piano. There are more than 100 hymnal compositions by him, encompassing both classical and Western forms. Kenan Rifai's main works are humans. He trained many people in the scientific, intellectual, and artistic realms, and opened the way for the works being done today by the path he showed and served as guide. Professor Carl Ernst states the following.
It's my belief that these academic endowments, named after this modern Sufi leader, can serve as the focus of significant new initiatives in international education that will connect us in ways that have not been previously attempted. In short, the legacy of Sufi ethics, akhlaq, combined with the spirit of open inquiry of the modern university, has the potential to open up new possibilities of community that are not constrained by narrow concepts of nationality, ethnicity, or religion.
More than 40 academicians came together at the International Symposium organized in Kenan Rifai's name in May 2015 from Turkey and from around the world. Kenan Rifai's life, his understanding of religion and Sharia, his understanding of Tasavvuf, the time he lived in, as well as his view on women, were among the main topics that were put forward in a holistic manner. Professor Bruce Lawrence states the following about Kenan Rifai's commentary on the Mesnevi, titled Listen in English, and cites this passage from this work.
Listen. Listen, not just to hear and absorb, to learn and love, to learn to love, to run and to burn. Listen in silence and patience beyond the sophistry of the tongue or insight, however keen, of the intellect. And now I'm quoting Kenan Rifai. Be silent until the waters are purified and display the sublime mysteries beneath. For God who clouds waters will purify them again. Patience is half of faith and the way to the greatest of victories. Let us know that only God knows and performs the best, the most righteous of works. Only God knows and performs the best, the most righteous of works. Alhamdulillah, Ameen.
Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Cemalnur Sargut. She is the founder of Kerim Foundation and the chair of Istanbul branch of Turkish Women's Cultural Association. Please.
Tahmin edersiniz ki çok heyecanlıyım bugün.
As you can very well imagine, I'm extremely excited today.
Tekrar ahlakın dili olan İslam tasavvufunu dünyanın bir başka doğu ülkesinde Peygamberimin söylediği gibi ilmin arandığı doğu ülkelerinden birinde tekrar bir araya getirici şekilde yaşamak, başlatmak zevkini Allah bana nasip ettiği için Allah'ıma şükürler olsun.
I'm so grateful to Allah that once again He granted the blessing of making all these people together in a place where the knowledge of Islam can be lived and spoken by the language of Allah, by the language of ahlak, the beautiful conduct of the Prophet that is brought by Islam.
Filmde de gördüğünüz gibi 1920'li yıllarda hocam Kenan Rifai bir tarikat şeyhiyken bir gün tekkeler kapatılabilir ama tasavvuf enstitülerde öğretilecektir diyerek bize muazzam bir yol açtı.
As you can see in the film, in 1920s, Kenan Rifai was then the sheikh of a tekke, dervish lodges, but then he opened up the way of being tasawwuf being taught in academies in the future.
bugün akademilerde öğretilecek tasavvuf aslında ahlak eğitimidir.
Actually, the tasawwuf that will be taught at academies is actually the knowledge of ahlak, the beautiful conduct of the Prophet.
Çünkü peygambere sorulduğunda İslam nedir diye güzel ahlaktır diyor.
Because when the Prophet was asked what beautiful conduct was, he said, what religion was, he said, güzel ahlak, the beautiful conduct.
Öyleyse bugün eğer evrensel bir lisan bulacaksak ve tevhidde birleşeceksek bunun lisanı tasavvuf olmalıdır, İslam tasavvufu olmalıdır.
So if we are to find a common language and if we are going to be united in Islam, then the language of it should be the language of tasavvuf.
Buradan anlaşılıyor ki güzel tarifiyle tasavvuf tevhidden bakıp kesrete göre hareket etmektir.
So with such a beautiful definition of tasawwuf, one can understand that tasawwuf means looking from the perspective of unity to the multiplicity.
O zaman insanlık aleminin ortak nokta bulması, birleşmesi, yaratıcıyı sevmek ve yaratılanı sevmekle mümkündür. Yaratılanı yaratıcıdan ötürü sevmekle mümkündür.
Then it would be possible for the whole humanity to get united together, and it would also be possible to love the created because of the Creator.
Yaratıcıyı sevmek ancak ilimle mümkün olur. Tevhid ilimle anlaşılır. İlim ise Yunus Emre'nin dediği gibi ilim bilmektir. İlim kendini bilmektir demektir.
To be able to do so, one can only do this through knowledge, ilm, and ilm means knowing and practicing the unity, tevhid. As Yunus Emre very rightfully and beautifully said, knowledge means knowing oneself.
O halde kendini bilen yaratıcısını bilir, yaratıcısını bilen yaratılmış herkesi değil, yaratılmış her şeyi sever.
So the one who knows himself will then know the Creator. So if one loves the Creator, then he or she will love every created being.
2 gündür Japonya'yı geziyoruz. İlk gelişimiz bizim Japonya'ya.
This is our first time in Japan and we have been visiting several places for the last 2 days.
Ve ben tasavvufun, İslam tasavvufunun burada yaşandığını gördüm.
And I have witnessed myself that Islamic tasawwuf is really being lived here.
Her şeye çok değer veriliyordu. Her şeye çok değer veriliyordu.
Because everything is truly being valued here.
O zaman işte bizim birlikte yapabileceğimiz çok şey var demektir.
So that means that there are so many things that we can do together.
Bizim sizden öğreneceğimiz çok şey var.
There are so many things that we will learn from you.
Belki de bizim de öğreteceğimiz çok şey var.
Perhaps there are many things that we may teach you.
Ben kendi adıma bu konudaki hizmetçilikten çok memnunum.
For my part, I am extremely happy and content to be able to be a part of it.
But as a servant.
As a servant.
I want to be a servant for Islam. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. We would like to move to the memorial lecture series. So we have 2 speakers. So first of all, we would like to invite Professor Dr. Yasushi Tonaga. He is a professor of Asian Graduate School of Asian and African Area Studies at Kyoto University, and also a director of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University.
His Excellency Turkish Ambassador to Tokyo, Japan, Mr. Ahmet Bülent Meriç, Cemalnur Hocam of Kerim Foundation, Emine Bal Hocam of TÜRKKAD, distinguished Turkish guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is really my honor and privilege to talk in front of you today. Today I'd like to talk something about Sufi studies in Japan, past, present, and future. Maybe if you think about, sorry, Sufi studies in Japan, you may remember the name of Toshihiko Izutsu. I am now 55 years old, and I believe that I am the last generation to have met Professor Izutsu face to face. And he is worldwide famous not only for his study on Quran exegesis, but also his study on comparative studies of mysticism. Here you can see the Sufism Taoism, very famous book, and this is the model of our new center. If we call Professor Toshihiko Izutsu the first generation of Sufi studies in Japan, next comes Professor Kojiro Nakamura. He graduated from Harvard University, and he is Professor Emeritus of the University of Tokyo. And his specialty is Abu Hamid al-Ghazali. And then comes three eminent scholars belonging to the third generation. Sorry, this was the picture of Professor Kojiro Nakamura. And the third generation includes three scholars. First, Professor Akiro Matsumoto. He studied in Iran under the supervision of Professor Jalaluddin Ashtiani. And his specialty is about the Islamic mystical thought, especially in Sufi Shiite milieu. This is Professor Matsumoto. And the second person is Professor Masataka Takeshita. He's a specialist of Ibn Arabi and his followers. And he graduated from Chicago University, and he's famous for his book, Ibn Arabi Theory of the Perfect Man. And then next comes, this is Professor Takeshita. And third, Professor Kamada, who is kindly present at this ceremony and who will talk later. He graduated from the McGill University of Canada, and he specializes in mysticism and Shiite studies, and his special focus is on Mullah Sadra. And then comes our generation, maybe the fourth generation, and then we are fostering the fifth generation, our students. So our Sufi studies is continuous. Professor Kamada is here, so you can meet Professor Kamada later in the party. And then I'd like to move on to the, Okay, so I'd like to talk about our joint research project on Sufism, saint veneration, and tariqah. We started this joint research program almost 20 years ago, and it has two characteristics. One is interdisciplinary approach. The members of our joint research group includes not only the specialists of Islamic studies, but also anthropologists and historians and so on and so forth. The second characteristic is cross-regional approach. Our research group includes many specialists on Chinese mysticism, or the Sufism in China, Sufism in Southeast Asia and South Asia also. And we have published many publications. These are some examples. The left one is about Said Sharif, and the right one is about the contemporary Sufism and Tariqah movement. And both of these are the special features are treating the Tariqah movements. In these two special features, the main focus is on the succession of Tariqah sheikhs. And then on the left side, you can see another special issue on Tariqah. And on the right side, you can see the Sufis and saints in between the government and the public. And the latest one is about the narratives of saints. So these are some of our publications. And we have our homepage of this joint research group. Then I'd like to move on to the one of the academic achievements of this joint research group. But because today the time is so limited, I'd like to talk only roughly. Mysticism is not equal with Islamic mysticism, as Cemalnur Hocam mentioned. It includes, of course, ethical elements. So if we can consider that the Sufism is composed of three axes. One is ethics, Y is mysticism, and also it also includes popular cult. And so it varies its shape according to time and space. And next, I'd like to move on to the Islamic Area Studies project, which was already mentioned by Professor Inaba, our Vice President. Under this program, to conduct this research program, we established Center for Islamic Area Studies at Asafas in 1997. Sorry, 2006, only almost 10 years ago. And we have published many publications like this. These are only a part of our publications. And today I'd like to pick up only three publications related to Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies. The first one is the catalog of the books, printed books of the School of Ibn Arabi. And the second one is on the glossary of Sufism, Tariqah, and Saint Cult. And the third one is Islamic thought and culture during the Ottoman period. This includes the anthology of both Ottoman Turkish and Arabic. And so I'd like to move on to the future activities of our newly established Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies. So it is divided into three parts. The first one is, of course, researches. So our activities will include annual or international symposium, which will be held either in Kyoto or either in Istanbul or any other places. And we are planning to have the publication of the special bulletin based on these international symposium. And then we'd like to accumulate the books on Sufism, and our activities is so and so. And the main focus is on Sufism in Ottoman Empire. And also we'd like to emphasize the school of Ibn Arabi. We'd like to focus on the school of Ibn Arabi. Another focus is on Sufism in Asia, not only in Middle East, I mean West Asia, but also Sufism in South Asia, Southeast Asia, and East Asia, that is China. And one more special focus, I don't know why it appeared in the first, but anyway, one more special focus should be put on comparative studies of mysticism, as I mentioned in the first of my lecture, in the case of Professor Izutsu. Yesterday, our distinguished Turkish guests visited 2 Zen temples, and they experienced Zen meditations. So I'd like to show a short video about the Zen practices here.
Here, in this short documentation, we want to give an impression of life in your free will. The whole day's work and meditation, practice of inner and outer awareness. During Zazen, one experienced monk is walking around and hits the students with a Zen stick called Kisaku. when he noticed the body posture isn't 100% correct, or the student is dozing off. The disciple has to receive this hit with gratitude. For our Western mind, it may look sadistic. Daily life in a Zen monastery may look as an endless chicane, and the whole monastery structures are just to distress the students. But why then hundreds of young, intelligent people are practicing real Zen in the year 2010? Although they also know I've told you.
The monks are weeping. Floor.
That is the reason to practice Zen. The steep transformation takes years of hard work, with pain and lots of emotional distress. Do you think?
Okay, these are some images of Zen practices. I'd like to continue my presentation, if possible. Is it okay? Until here. So the next one. Just a minute. So the second one is about fostering young researchers. Because our new center, Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies, is attached to the graduate school of Kyoto University, I would like to collaborate with the Graduate School of Asian and African Area Studies. And we already have several courses on Islamic studies and Sufi studies. We have the study of the Islamic world, the study of Islamic thought, Sufism and Tariqa studies, and as the courses of languages, we already have Arabic, Persian, and Turkish. And this academic year, new academic year, will begin in this April. In this new academic year, we'll open a new course on the study of Ottoman Sufism. And the third plan for the future activities is international collaborations. As Cemalnur Hocam already mentioned, we have three sister institutions, and one is Kenan Rifai Center, Institute of Sufi Studies at Üsküdar University, Turkey, and the second is North Carolina University, and the third one is Peking University. We have three elder sister institutions, and so we are the fourth and the youngest, and would like to learn a lot from these elder sisters, and we hope to produce fruitful achievement with the collaboration of not only with these three institutions, but also the collaboration of all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Yasushi Tonaga. So we'd like to invite the second speaker, Professor Dr. Mahmoud El Kroch. He is the Secretary General of Islamic Cooperation Organization Member Countries Parliamentary Union, and also a former professor of Marmara University.
Thank you. Professor Dr. Kago Inaba, Vice President of the Kyoto University, and Your Excellency Ambassador Ahmed Meric, Ambassador of Turkey to Japan, and professors, assistant professors, is there any students among us, students, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, welcome all of you. First of all, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to Japanese friends for their very warm welcoming us during our stay in Keio. I also thank to Sensei Cemalnur Sargut'un and her students for inviting me for this occasion. By her efforts, we are integrating another academic center of Sufi studies in Kyoto University, dedicating to the name of late Sufi master Kenan Rifai, the Center for Sufi Studies, Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in such circumstances that the world needs more comprehensive and more respectful approaches towards each other in every places, especially in the academia. In order to abolish and confront fragmented ideologies in the study of religion, there is a need and inspiration of teaching and presence of Muslim Sufi thinkers such as Muhyiddin Ibn Arabi and Rumi, etc. That is why Sufi Studies Center established in a very important time, and I wish it will accomplish its duties successfully. I would like to thank to my friend, Professor Yasushi Tonaga, for being initiating maybe the third stage, or let's say, as he called, the fifth generation, but in the Sufi studies in Japan, I can call it in third stage. He is initiating these new approaches, which is called, because before him there was some scholars, the names were already, he himself mentioned, such as all senseis, all professors, Kamatora Yagi, Yoshinori Morei, which I put their names, and Toshiku Izusu, Kojiro Nakamura, and Matsumoto. Then it starts with Takashita and Professor Kamada, and of course, all those professors, scholars, studied Sufism with a special reference to Arabic studies, Arabic language, and Persian studies or Persian language. But the first time, if I am not mistaken, the first time Sufi studies has been established here with a special reference to Turkish language. It is Ottoman period of Sufi studies. All historians of Sufi studies, they are all agreed that there is three periods of Sufism. The first period is original time, which is called Arabic Sufism, mainly spread all over the Arab world. Then the second part comes towards the Persian-speaking world. But the last, it comes to Ottoman period of Sufi studies, which is somehow, it is neglected in Western academia, maybe underestimated a little bit. Actually, there is very good high-level commentaries in Ottoman Turkish, in Ottoman language, on Ibn Arabi, on Rumi, which one of them, such as Abdullah Bosnevi and Ankara V. Dede, Rusuhi Dede, and so on and so forth, there are very high-level commentaries on those Sufi masters. But because of the language, Turkish language, it is not very well spread all in academic world. It was restricted so far. And I hope by his initiative, by his efforts, then this third period of Sufi studies, which is called Ottoman time, will be, inshallah, will be flourish from Japan, and it will be a good bridge from Kyoto to Turkey, to Istanbul, inshallah. And I would like to say something a little bit in Turkish, then I will stop here. Değerli arkadaşlar, hepiniz hoş geldiniz. İngilizce tercüme olmadığı için çok kısa Türkçe de bazı şeyler söylemek istiyorum. Geçen sene Çin'de, Pekin Üniversitesi'nde bir güzel çalışma başlattık. Cemalnur Hanım sayesinde. Daha sonra burada, şimdi Kyoto Üniversitesi'nde böyle bir program başlıyor. Bunun şöyle bir önemi de var aynı zamanda. Hem İslam dünyası olarak hem de dünya genelinde çok enteresan bir dönemden geçiyoruz. Bu geçmekte olduğumuz dönemde bütün gidişat ister istemez, özellikle İslam dünyasına gidişat, tasavvufi araştırmaların bir ihtiyaç olduğunu bir tecrübe bize göstermekte. O kadar ki artık Müslüman dünyası bile İslam'ın günümüzdeki kötü temsilinden bizar olmuşlardır. Hepimiz yeter artık demekteyiz. Tasavvufi İslam ihmal edilen bir İslam akademiyada. Dolayısıyla inşallah burada ben Tonaga beyefendi, ki benim uzun yıllardır arkadaşımdır, Profesör Tonaga'ya bir kere daha teşekkür ediyorum. Sebebi de şu: ondan öncesinde hep Japonya'daki İslam çalışmaları yapan profesörler tasavvuf üzerine Arap dili edebiyatıyla ilgili çalışmalar yaparlardı veya Fars dili edebiyatıyla ilintili çalışmalar yaparlardı. İlk defa Tonaga ile beraber Osmanlı, yani Osmanlı Türkçesinin de dahil olduğu bir 3. dönem tasavvufi çalışmalar yapılıyor olması aslında çok önemli bir teşebbüs. Bu açıdan ben bir kere daha kendisini ve sizleri de tebrik ediyorum. İnşallah hayırlara vesile olur. Teşekkür ederim. Sağ olun.
Thank you very much for your speech. Then we would like to move, and then here we would like to invite some audiences, participants, for the addresses and reflections for the newly established center from both Turkish and Japanese side. So firstly, we would, I think everyone has a lot of about this newly established center to talk, but due to the time constraint, so please allow me to allocate 2 or 3 minutes for each speech. So firstly, we would like to invite Professor Dr. Kozo Itani. He's a graduate, he's a professor of Graduate School of Letters and Faculty of Letters at Kyoto University. So please.
It is a great honor and a pleasure for me to make a brief speech at the opening ceremony of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies attached to Asafas, Kyoto University. My name is Kozo Itani. I am professor of Graduate School of Letters, Kyoto University, from 1975, when I was a student of the Department of West Asian History, Faculty of Letters, Kyoto University. I have been studying the history of West Asia in Islamic period. I studied Arabic, Persian, and Turkish, and read many historical sources written in those languages. Especially, I have been interested in Selçukid dynasty of Anatolia. Anadolu Selçuklular tarihi hakkında araştırma yapıyorum. And wrote some articles about the history of Selçukid dynasty. I stayed in Turkey 1 full year from 1991 to 92. At that time, I lived in Kadıköy, very near to Üsküdar, and went to the Süleymaniye Library, reading Persian and Arabic and Turkish manuscripts. every day. Those days, I think, were the most brilliant and exciting and happiest period of my academic career. So I love Turkey and Istanbul very much because of the beauty of its landscape and friendliness and hospitality of Turkish people. During the last 20 years, I visited Turkey almost every year and made academic researches upon the historical inscriptions written in Arabic, Persian, and Ottoman Turkish languages, and wrote articles on those inscriptions of both Seljuk and Ottoman period, from Edirne to Erzurum and Van, from Sinop to Antalya. I visited many places in Anatolia and Eastern Thrace. Recently, my colleague, Professor Yasushi Tonaga, kindly let me know the establishment and the opening of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies in Kyoto University. Personally, I am very interested in Tasavvuf because in Konya, the old Seljuk capital in central Anatolia is situated. The famous and beautiful mausoleum of Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. From the historical point of view, other than Mevlana, there existed many notable and important Sufis who made great influences in both Turkey and in whole Islamic world. I think the opening of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi studies in Kyoto University is very important and significant from this viewpoint. I hope cordially the development of the academic activities of this newly founded center and the progress of mutual collaborations and cultural relationship between Turkey and Japan. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Kozo Idani. So next, we would like to invite Associate Professor Dr. Osman Nuri Cucuk. He's at the Institute of Sufi Studies at Üsküdar University.
Saygıdeğer Büyükelçim, saygıdeğer hocalarım, saygıdeğer meslektaşlarım ve değerli dostlar, bugün önemli bir güne tanıklık ediyoruz.
Distinguished professors, colleagues. Is it open? Distinguished professors, colleagues, we are witnessing a very significant day today.
1920'lerde tekke ve zaviyelerin kapatıldığı bir ortamda günün birinde tasavvuf akademik ortamlarda üretilecektir sözü bir vizyonun göstergesidir. Bugün o vizyonun müşahhas bir hale dönüştüğü, somutlaştığı bir dönem yaşıyoruz.
In 1920s, being able to say that one day Tasawwuf is going to be taught at academies is a sign of a great vision. And now we are witnessing the realization of such a vision.
Farklı kültürler arasında kurulacak kanallar, farklı kültürlerin hem birbirini tanımasına hem de dünyanın, insanlığın gelişimine olumlu katkılar sunacaktır. Sanırım tarihte ve günümüzde farklı kültürler arasındaki çatışmanın temel nedenlerinden birisi, kültürlerin birbirini tanımaması, önce bir kavram kargaşası, ardından gelen kültürel çatışma ve ardından maalesef bir takım savaşların, çatışmaların yaşanması. Tasavvuf, mistisizm, bütün dinlerin vahiy kutsal geleneğine dayanan yönü itibariyle aralarında bütün insani değerlerin ortak bir harmanda, ortak bir vizyon çerçevesinde bütün insanlığın gelişimine ve medeniyetinin gelişmesine büyük bir katkı sunacağı bu tür çalışmalarla desteklenecektir.
Establishing such channels across cultures not only helps the cultures getting to know each other, but also contributing to the development of such cultures. And such a development will be able to lead to each culture knowing the other and thus creating no conflict, because the chaos, the conflict across cultures is mainly due to not knowing each other. And once they know and they don't understand each other, they don't accept each other, and as a result, wars break out. So such an understanding and such a union will actually bring an end to such a conflict.
Japonya'nın bizim milli geleneğimizde şöyle önemli bir yeri var. Milli şairimiz, İstiklal şairimiz Mehmet Akif Ersoy'un yaşadığı dönemde bir Japonya seyahati vardır. Japonya dönüşü...
We actually have a very significant place in our tradition in terms of Japanese history, because the composer of Turkish national anthem Mehmet Akif Ersoy once visits Japan.
Japon seyahatinden döndükten sonra Mehmet Akif Ersoy şunu söylüyor.
Upon his return from Japan, Mehmet Akif Ersoy says the following.
Onlar Şintoizm ve Budizm yaşıyorlar. Biz İslam'ı yaşıyoruz. Farklı kelimelerle aslında aynı hakikatin tezahürlerini yaşıyoruz.
They live Shintoism and Buddhism, and we live Islam, but we actually live the same reality with different manifestations.
Sözlerimi bir Kur'an ayetiyle noktalamak istiyorum.
I would like to conclude my remarks with a verse from the Quran.
Allah sizleri farklı farklı milletler halinde yaratmıştır ki birbirinizle tanışasınız.
Allah has created you in various peoples, nations, so that you can know each other.
Teşekkür ederim, saygılar sunarım.
Thank you very much. So then we would like to invite Assistant Professor Dr. Ahmet Murat Ozel. He is from Faculty of Theology at Yalova University.
Hanımefendiler, beyefendiler, tarihi bir yani hadisenin hakikaten şahitleriyiz. Japonya'da çok önemli bir üniversitede çok güzel bir merkez açılıyor.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are truly the witnesses of such a significant moment right now. A very important chair is now being opened at such a distinguished university as Kyoto University.
Profesör Yasushi'nin başkanlığında burada çok güzel bir ekip var. Tanıştığımız bu süre boyunca gözlemlediğimiz çok güzel bir ekip var.
What we have been observing so far is that there is a great team with the leadership of Professor Tonago. That's what we are really observing.
Yani Türkçe biliyor olmaları bizi şu bakımdan heyecanlandırıyor. Birkaç kere atıfta bulunulduğu gibi profesörün sunumunda merkezin odaklanacağı konulardan bir tanesinin İbn Arabi okulu olacağını söylemişti.
The fact that so many people actually do the research in Turkish is very exciting for us, And another thing is that, as been referred so many times, the center is also aiming at doing research on Ibn Arabi, which is a very exciting piece of information for us too.
Çünkü İbn Arabi okulunun Anadolu'daki varlığı birçok önemli eseri ortaya çıkardığı gibi Anadolu'da çok popüler kültürün, halk kültürünün birçok önemli parçasını da oluşturmuştur.
Because the school of Ibn Arabi has caused to the flourishment of so many books in Anatolia, and this has also caused the culture of its
Popular
the popular culture of tasavvuf as well.
Böylece aslında Profesör Tonaga'nın işaret ettiği işte tasavvufun popüler kültür tarafı, doktrinal tarafı, ahlak tarafı, bütün bunların aslında tezahürlerini incelemek için de sadece bir akademik, doktrinal bir Sufi Studies meselesinden daha büyük olarak Türk toplumunu daha yakından tanımak için de önemli bir fırsat ele geçmiş bulunuyor.
As Professor Tonaga indicated before, now we have the opportunity to be able to know the Turkish, the Anatolian culture as well through these research studies. So it's not only to have a doctrinal kind of study, research, but it is to get to know the culture in Anatolia.
Yani kitap merkezli akademik çalışmalar zaten yapılıyor, daha da güzelleri yapılacak inşallah ama ben özellikle enstitü merkezimizi, burada açılan bu merkezimizi özellikle popüler kültür içindeki Sufi temalara, Sufi bağlantılara yönelik bir ilgiye davet ediyorum.
We have been having a really very important book-based research study so far, and hopefully there will be so many more. But I would like to invite the Institute to be able to do a research on popular culture of Sufism so that the Sufi themes will also be touched upon.
Böylece hani Arya Studies'in başlığı altında yer alan bu center, bu merkez böylece hakkıyla hem üst Asafas adlı o çatısıyla çok uyumlu bir çalışma yapmış olacak. Yani antropolojiden işte halk bilimine, müzik bilimden tasavvuf doktrinine kadar çok geniş bir yelpazede çalışma imkanı bulacaktır diye tahmin ediyorum.
So such a study will then enable the center called Asafas to be able to widen the perspectives, the frameworks ranging from anthropology to folklore or to music science to popular culture. That is what I've been hoping.
Buradaki ekibin bunu hakikaten başarabileceğine dair bir güçlü kanaatim var. Çünkü beraber olduğumuz arkadaşlarımızdan Kayım burada herhalde. Mesela hapşurunca elhamdülillah dediğine şahit oldum. Yani
Bravo. Bravo. I have such a strong belief in the fact that this very strong team will be able to do this very rightfully, because I have witnessed one of my friends, I think Kayım, to say elhamdülillah after he sneezed.
Bu çok hakikaten yani toplumun şeyine kılcallarına nüfuz etmekle mümkün olan bir şey.
This is actually something that can only happen if Sufism sort of integrates into the veins of the society.
Ben tekrar hayırlı olsun, hayırlı mübarek olsun diyorum. Teşekkür ediyorum hepinize. Hayırlı günler diliyorum.
May Allah make it auspicious, and I'm wishing you a very
Thank you very much. So next, we would like to invite Professor Shigeru Kamada. He is a professor at Institute for Advanced Studies on Asia, the University of Tokyo.
First, I have to say my thanks to the organizers to put my name in the list of speakers before the distinguished guests and audience. As a simple student of Islamic studies, it is my great pleasure that I attend such a ceremony as inaugurate a new research center in the Kyoto University in cooperation with a Turkish benevolent organization. It is a great pleasure for me too. In Japan, Islamic studies has some history. It started in the early half of the 20th century. And I think in its beginnings, there are names who have interest in Sufism. Therefore, but the number of the researchers in Sufism is relatively very limited. But in these 1 decade or 2 decades, Professor Tonaga and his colleagues were very active in teaching and studying in Sufism. So because of that, I think there recently there grows younger researchers and students around him. So I think it is a great, wonderful achievement. On this occasion, I'd like to express my hope or might be request to the center. It's very simple. I have just two. One is to keep the center open. Do not the center closed academic institutions in a university. Do not make such one. So I hope this institute will be, or it functions as a hub of the research network of study of Sufism in Japan. And maybe through its channel, scholars are connected to the scholars in the Turkey and other world. The second one is also very simple. To keep the center run as long as possible, because the research or studies of humanities takes a lot of time, especially for us Japanese. When we study Islam, we have to learn Arabic, Persian, or even Turkish, and many things. So if we make some academic products, it takes a lot of time. Therefore, I hope the center runs, in a sense, forever, eternally. Although everything perishes, but the face of the God. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So finally, we would like to invite Professor Masayuki Akahori. He is a professor at Faculty of Global Studies at Sophia University.
I have never heard of it.
Thanks. So, thank you. So, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Turkey, and distinguished founder and president of the Kenan Foundation, and also respected vice president of Kyoto University, Koreans, and honorable guests, Koreans, and friends. Let me allow to say a few words to celebrate the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies. Yes, in the beginning I want to say I'm very happy to be here, to be invited to attend the inauguration ceremony of this newly founded center. The only thing I regret is it's not our Sofia University, but the Kyoto University selected as a host university of this institute.
You are already Sufi.
Thanks. Joking aside. Okay. Of course, the Kyoto University is a splendid university and has so much large potential to improve the level of Sufi studies in Japan. But here, what I'd like to assure is one more thing, that Professor Yasushi Tonaga, or let me say Yasushi, he is my good friend. He is the most suitable person to lead this institute center. As I have known him for more than maybe 35 years, and we shared a year of stay of study in Cairo for 1 year, and we have been leading joint research on Sufism and saint veneration for these roughly 20 years. In these 20 years or 35 years of friendship, I have known him so well, and I know he's a very good established scholar on Sufism, particularly on the studies of Ibn Arabi, and his character is so nice and sweet, and he is very enthusiastic to improve the studies. And one more thing is, he is very good at organizing team studies for Sufism or any other field of studies. About 20 years ago, we gave him a nickname. It's Tonganizer. He's very good at organizing teams. So I think this center, I'm sure, will succeed and make the progress of the Sufi studies in Japan much more rapidly and effectively than we expected some year ago or some in the past. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now we would like to invite Professor Dr. Yasushi Kosugi. He is the Dean of Graduate School of Asian and African Area Studies, ASAFAS, at Kyoto University.
Your Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Bülent Meriç, Turkish Ambassador to Japan, Professor Dr. Khalid Cemalnur Sargut, founder of Kerim Foundation, Dr. Emine Bal, President of Turkish Women's Cultural Association, TÜRKKAD, Professor Dr. Kayo Inaba, Executive Vice President of Kyoto University, distinguished guests and scholars, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Graduate School of Asian and African Area Studies, Kyoto University, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to all of you who kindly gather here to celebrate this invaluable occasion, especially our guests from Turkey under the leadership of Cemalnur Hocam. I also very much appreciate the presence of the notable Japanese scholars who are with us today. We have listened to wonderful speeches by Professor Dr. Inaba, His Excellency Ambassador Meriç, Cemalnur Hocam, Professor Dr. Yasushi Tonaga, and Professor Dr. Mahmut Erol Kılıç. We have also had very constructive and thoughtful comment and remarks during the reflection. I'm very moved, and I'm confident that we all share the joy and excitement of this memorable event commemorating the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University. I would like to say congratulations to all of you and to ourselves. In our graduate school of Asian and African area studies, the study of the Islamic world has been occupying a unique and important position. We are very proud of our interdisciplinary approaches, combining what we may call zahir and batin, or the exterior and the interior, the manifest and the hidden, the legal, social, and the cultural, spiritual, or Sharia and Haqiqah. I myself belong to the Zahir, as I'm specialized in law, governance, and socioeconomics, while Professor Tonaga, the director of this new center, belongs to the Batin, or religious and spiritual studies. While I do my research on the Zahir, however, I have been insisting for many years that if we don't understand the importance and the influences of Ibn Arabi, or Tasawwuf in general, we will never reach to the depths of Islamic society and the Muslim peoples. I'm extremely delighted to see the establishment of this new research center for the enhancement of Sufi studies in Japan as a historically important step. I am very confident that Professor Tonaga will exercise great leadership to develop this center. Oh, by the way, because I am Yasushi, and he is Yasushi, sometimes people think we are brothers. No, Yasushi is our first name, not our family name. So I trust him as a fellow scholar, not because he's brother. Now, when we look back at the history of Islamic studies in Japan, we recall the late Dr. Toshihiko Izutsu, the most renowned Japanese scholar on Islam, philosophy, Sufism, and metaphysics, to whom we all owe a great deal. However, despite his great contribution and contributions by those who were after him, there have been something of a vacuum in terms of the institutional development of Sufi studies in Japan. I sincerely hope this center signifies the arrival of a new era, since Japan has never before had any institutional research center such as this specialized in Sufi studies. For this reason, we are extremely grateful to Kerim Foundation under the leadership of Cemalnur Hocam, and the Turkish Women's Cultural Association under the leadership of Dr. Emin Baal for their financial and moral support for the center. I also hope that the establishment of this center, Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University, will enhance friendship and cultural relations between Turkey and Japan, as well as increase academic cooperation among scholars of Islamic and Sufi studies in both countries in general, and Kyoto University and Üsküdar University in particular. Now, let me end my remarks by expressing my sincere gratitude to all of you who have made this a really lovely and unforgettable occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Yasushi Kosugi. Now we would like to move to the signing ceremony of the agreement of the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University. So we would like to invite for the signatory of the Turkish and Japanese side. From Turkish side, we would like to invite Professor Dr. Cemalnur Sargut and Dr. Emin Baal. From Japanese side, Professor Yasushi Tonaga who is the who is the director of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University, and also we would like to invite Professor Dr. Yasushi Kosugi, who is the Dean of Graduate School of Asia and African Area Studies at Kyoto University. So please proceed to the desk.
Hayırlı olması için. Allah'ın adıyla.
Hayırlı olsun.
davet edebilir miyiz acaba? Diğer hocalarımızla. Buyurun lütfen.
Thank you very much. So now we would like to move to the tape cutting ceremony. So please kindly everyone back to your seats. Thank you. for the tape cutting ceremony, we would like to invite Professor Dr. Halid Cemalnur Sargut and Your Excellency, Ambassador of Turkey in Japan, Ahmet Bülent Merici, and Dr. Emine Bar, and Professor Dr. Mahmoud El Croce from Turkish side, and also from Japan side, Professor Dr. Kayo Inaba, and Professor Dr. Yasushi Tonaga, and Professor Dr. Yasushi Kosugi. So I will explain how to do tape cutting ceremony. So firstly, for the photographer and for the photograph, so please keep the cutting pose. Please do not cut. So for those who want to take a photo, please. Everyone finished? So then, when I said, please cut the tape, then please. Before that, do not. Okay? So now we celebrate the establishment of Kenan Rifai Center for Sufi Studies at Kyoto University. Please. Thank you very much for your participating in the ceremony. Now, Your Excellency, Ambassador of Turkey in Japan, Ahmet Bülent Merici, will go back to Tokyo. So everyone, so please give your hands. So for the participants, thank you very much for joining the ceremony. So from 7 p.m., we would like to hold a welcome dinner for Turkish delegates and participants. please proceed to the front door, and we have one room for the rest. So please proceed to the front door. For the Japanese delegates and participants, please go to the back door. We have a small room for the rest. 紹介日室2という場所がありますので、日本からの、参加者の皆様は紹介日室の2の方にお越しください。担当の陰性がいますので、please proceed.